so I feel like I should probably comment on some of the last few videos. Coffee thing was horrible, but I think it made a much more interesting video than my suggestion for your punishment. When deciding what your punishment should be, I probably should have kept into account that it's not very interesting to watch somebody fill out a job application. That's probably about as interesting as filling out a job application. I think you did a pretty good job at keeping the video interesting. The free association videos were also really cool. I think that kind of thing is a very good thing for both of us to do because we seem to have a small problem making small talk with people and talking to people we don't know. But in those videos we proved that we don't really have to have anything to say things that are to some extent worth saying. I think a lot of the things I said in my video I would like to expand on, and a lot of the things you said in your video I would enjoy discussing. And I think it would be an interesting way to get to know people, to just have them talk for like 10 minutes. One thing that I talked about in my free association video was talking about my day versus talking about concepts, and I didn't word it very well, but basically I think one of the reasons that we find it harder to talk about best thing and worst thing, and part of the reason it feels a little forced for me, is because that's not what I spend my time thinking about anymore. Most of my thoughts don't really have a lot to do with what's going on around me. It has to do with my interpretation of the world as a whole. A lot of my videos have been about psychology and stuff. When I spend a lot of time thinking about the things that are going on in my life, how I feel starts to depend on what's going on in my life. But when I think about concepts and philosophy and psychology and all that fun stuff, I kind of zoom out and keep things in perspective better, and it just gives me a bit more control over how I feel. Also, the past couple months have been fun for me reading-wise. I actually read A Fault in Our Stars. It made me very happy. I've also started reading Nietzsche, which is very thought-provoking. I've been kind of keeping a journal of thoughts that are provoked by Nietzsche. Some of the thoughts just paraphrase what he says, some kind of expand on what he says, and some are actually kind of unrelated to what he says. When I read Nietzsche, I think, but not necessarily about what he's talking about. So I've been thinking really hard lately, and I'll probably make videos about the thoughts I've been thinking, because I don't think it's possible to make videos about anything but the thoughts we've been thinking. So think more thoughts.